Hello. Welcome to our channel, Top 10s You Should Know. Let me ask you something. Are you working hard, doing all the right things, but somehow still feel stuck, still not reaching the level of success you know you're capable of? That's why today we're breaking down the top 10 identity blocks that keep you from succeeding. And I want you to listen not with guilt or judgment, but with curiosity and honesty. Because the moment you spot one of these blocks in yourself, that's the moment the real transformation begins. One, you still see yourself as the underdog. You've grown. You've survived things people don't even know about. You've evolved in ways your past self would be proud of. And yet, deep down, you still see yourself as the outsider, the one with less, the one who has to work twice as hard to prove they belong. This underdog identity might have fueled your hustle early on, but now it's quietly sabotaging your ability to receive, to rest, and to step into leadership. You shrink when praised. You downplay your abilities. You hold back from charging your worth or from entering rooms where you fully deserve to be. And all of it stems from an old script that tells you you're still climbing even when you're already at the summit. The shift happens when you stop defining yourself by how far you've come and start embracing who you are now. 2. You're loyal to the past version of you. Most people don't struggle because they don't know how to grow. They struggle because they don't know how to let go. There's a version of you, maybe from 5 years ago, maybe from childhood, that you keep protecting. You defend their habits. You carry their wounds. You tell yourself, this is just how I am, not realizing that you're keeping yourself small in the name of loyalty. Maybe you were quiet and unconfident, so now you avoid being bold because it feels fake. Or maybe you were the people pleaser, and speaking up now feels like betrayal. But hear this, you can honor your past without being owned by it. Growth isn't about rejecting who you were, it's about choosing who you're ready to become. 3. You equate struggle with worth. If it's not hard, it doesn't count. If you didn't suffer for it, you didn't earn it. Sound familiar? This belief is everywhere. It's romanticized in grind culture, in stories of people who made it from nothing. And while perseverance is powerful, you don't need pain to validate your progress. If you constantly create friction in your life, starting over, sabotaging ease, rejecting help, it might be because some part of you only feels worthy if you're exhausted. You push away shortcuts that would help. You avoid receiving support because it feels lazy. And you reject success unless it comes with scars. But here's the truth. You are allowed to receive with grace. You are allowed to succeed without suffering first. 4. You're trapped by how others see you. You're ready to grow, change, and evolve, but there's a part of you whispering, what will they think? Maybe you're afraid people will call you fake, or that your friends won't understand this new version of you, or that your family will say you've changed. And guess what? They might, because when you grow beyond what's familiar, you threaten their comfort. But living to maintain someone else's image of you is the fastest way to self-betrayal. True identity shifts come with friction. People will project. Some will leave, but the ones who matter, the ones aligned with your growth, will stay. And more importantly, you will stay loyal to your own evolution, because nothing is more suffocating than trying to fit back into a version of yourself that no longer feels like home. Don't shrink to be digestible. Don't perform to be liked. You're allowed to become someone they didn't expect. 5. You're still waiting for permission. You have ideas, dreams, bold instincts, but you're stuck waiting. Waiting for someone to validate you. Waiting for the timing to be perfect. Waiting until you feel ready. But let's be real. Nobody is coming to give you the green light. Nobody is going to show up one day and say, okay, now you're allowed to go for it. That permission, it has to come from you. And the longer you wait, the more regret stacks up. Every day you delay your evolution to make others comfortable, you abandon your own brilliance. At some point, you have to stop asking, can I? And start declaring, I am. Identity blocks thrive on self-doubt, and the cure is radical self-trust. Start before you're ready. Speak even if your voice shakes. Move even if your feet are unsure. Power doesn't come before the leap. It's built midair. 6. You attach identity to a role, not a truth. If your identity is wrapped in what you do, not who you are, then every change in your role feels like a crisis. You were the top student, the go-to employee, the caregiver, the overachiever, and now you're lost. because somewhere along the way, you mistook your role for your worth. But identity isn't a job description, it's not a resume, it's deeper than what others praise you for. Real identity lives in values, not validation. Until you detach your sense of self from your roles, you'll always fear losing them. You'll resist growth if it means stepping away from the identity you've mastered. But growth often looks like stepping into new, unfamiliar roles, ones you haven't proven yourself in yet. Let yourself be more than what you've done. You are not the title, you are the force behind it. 7. You think humility means hiding. Let's clear this up. Humility is not the same as invisibility. Hiding your voice, playing small, never owning your success, that's not humility. That's fear wearing a mask of modesty. You tell yourself, I don't want to be arrogant, so you don't speak up. You don't claim your achievements. You deflect every compliment and avoid the spotlight, thinking it's noble. But dimming your light doesn't help anyone. In fact, it robs the world of your full potential. True humility is grounded. It's confident without being loud. It says, I know my value and I'm still learning. If you confuse self-expression with ego, you'll stay stuck. And worse, you'll never show people what's actually possible when you fully own your space. You don't need to shrink to be kind. You don't need to hide to be good. 8. You're addicted to familiar chaos. Sometimes success feels threatening, not because it's bad, but because it's unfamiliar. If you grew up in dysfunction, survival, or instability, then peace feels foreign. You might crave growth, but unconsciously sabotage it the moment it arrives. You stir drama. You create chaos. You chase people who mirror your old wounds, all because peace feels unsafe. But listen closely. You are allowed to feel good. You are allowed to break the pattern. Not everything has to be hard to be real. When you make peace your new normal, the old identity based on struggle can finally dissolve. This block is one of the sneakiest, but once it's gone, you'll breathe like never before. 9. You mistake self-awareness for change. You've read the books, listened to the podcasts, watched the motivational videos. You're aware of your patterns, your fears, your blocks. But here's the trap. Awareness without action is just mental clutter. You can know your wounds, but still act from them. You can spot your triggers, but still feed them. Growth only happens when awareness meets behavior. This identity block convinces you that thinking about change is the same as becoming someone new. It isn't. Reflection is powerful, but embodiment is where the shift lives. You don't need more knowledge, you need more movement. Start living the identity you've been studying. 10. You don't truly believe you deserve it. This is the root of it all. The quiet whisper beneath every block, who am I to have this? You tell yourself success is for others, that maybe you're not good enough, smart enough, lucky enough, and so you build, but only halfway. You reach, but only timidly. You sabotage before things get too good, because deep down you're scared it will all be taken away. But here's the truth. Deserving isn't earned, it's realized. You don't become worthy through struggle. You were worthy the moment you decided to try, the moment you dared to want more. And the moment you stop questioning that worth, your entire identity begins to shift. Let this be the moment you stop arguing with your own potential. Now it's your turn. Which of these identity blocks hit home for you? And which one are you ready to let go of? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And if this helped you, don't forget to subscribe to Top 10s You Should Know for more deep, life-changing content.